What are some deep, thought-provoking questions to ask someone to know them better? What is your idea of happiness? Seems to be pretty interesting. Is this a personal attack? What do you know about me? Who sent you? Come home, brother, it's been 5 years. Now you're creeping me out for real because I've spent the last 5 years of my life in another country and I've been thinking about coming home lately, grinning face with sweat. Which parallel universe versions of yourself would you want to meet and why? Man, I'd love to meet the version of myself that never switched schools at the end of year 2. That guy is probably doing much better than me right now. There are millions of him. Which one? The one who also had an apple for breakfast that day instead of cereal. Oh, and forgot to change out of PJs when going to class the day after. What do you think happens after we die? Don't ask this on first date though, they may think you want to murder them. Are you about whip out your Jehovah's Witness door knocking routine? I know the ones who love us will miss us will forever be my answer now. Beaming face with smiling eyes. A question a guy asked me during the first few days of college. Him. Do you have a girlfriend? Op. Nope. Him. You don't have one or you don't want one. The second question sent me into deep introspection. But me and the guy became lifelong friends. Edit. Clarification. We both are guys in. For the lack of a better phrase. No homo. But it's nice to know this for future reference. Press F to pay respects to college dude. F. Was he hitting on you though? Well, if you don't want a girlfriend, do you want a boyfriend? Single quote. What are your thoughts on life on other planets? Quote. Usually warrants a seriously? Face and they go, no, really. And most people will answer then segue into something along those lines that they're interested in. And we're discussing all kinds of things. Open-ended topics are great to get to know people. Nah, you ask them if they believe in aliens cause they out of this world. I'm sorry. Ask if they believe in love at first sight, then say, me neither, after whatever they answer. Ask if they believe in magic, then disappear. What level of toastiness do you like your toast? I usually do a level 2, maybe 2.5 if I'm feeling froggy. Scratches at level 6, with deeper grooves at level 7. Ah yes, the Moss scale of hardness. Is our AskReddit the place to ask and answer thought-provoking questions? Well, you see, the thing is, so there I was. Barbecue sauce on my titties. Depends on why I'm trying to get to know them in the first place. Once when my roommate and I were searching for a third roommate for our new apartment, the first question we asked applicants was, who's your favorite Pokemon? Quote. It caught a lot of people off guard and the answer doesn't really matter that much. But the applicant's reaction to the question helped us filter through which ones had generally similar interests to us. I don't know why I read you were searching for the third roommate in your new apartment. Like you were looking for someone already inside. You can always tell a Milford man. Roommates should be neither seen nor heard. What do moths pee? Dust. What do you hate? Quote. Tells a lot about the person you're talking to. Edit. A lot of people are saying this is the wrong question to ask. Keep in mind that the key to a conversation is when to ask something. Watch the movie My Dinner with Andre to see how a progression from a conversation goes. People who ask stupid questions. I'd definitely lie in response to this one. I hate quite a lot of things but know that excessive negativity is a turn-off. Do you water fold? Honestly thought you were referring to clothes and was like, people what? What about the wrinkles? Is a hot dog a sandwich? Nope, it's a long burger. But isn't a burger a sandwich? No, it's a short hot dog. A few thought-provoking questions that I would ask someone. What are you looking forward to this week? Should everyone on the planet be striving toward a common goal? If so, what would that be? If you could teach the entire world just one concept, what would it be? What concept do you think could have the most significant positive impact on humanity? What concept do you think could have the most significant positive impact on humanity? Not any that I'd be able to teach them. Y'all like jazz. What is your mother's maiden name? What's the name of the street you grew up on? What was your first pet's name? What are the 3 digits on the back of your debit card? What's your favorite password recovery security question? This might be a legitimately funny way to break the ice with someone, provided your overall vibe isn't too serial killery, and as long as you reassure them you're only joking. Provided your overall vibe isn't too serial killery. Damn. Google 36 questions to fall in love. Also works for provoking deep conversations. Or watch The Skin Deep on YouTube. What are some deep, thought-provoking questions to ask someone to know them better? Them. Hey, how's it going? Quote me. Following this advice, Google 36 questions to fall in love. Them. What? Quote me. Also works for provoking deep conversations. Them. I don't understand. What are we talking about? Quote me. Increasingly desperate. Or watch The Skin Deep on YouTube. Them. Standing up to leave. This is kind of weird. I'm going to go over there now. Me. Forlorn. Looking back at cue card. Permalink. Source. Quote. I've never said the word permalink out loud before. Now that I hear it, it sounds like a small mammal that lives in trees. You like Huey Lewis and the News? Their early stuff was a little too new wave for my taste. Agreed. But when Sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically. If you think out loud, is it really thinking? Or are you just talking to yourself? What is your ex's version of that breakup? People are surprisingly and unintentionally honest. Why is you? Quote. I just be like that. I feel like I really just know you now. They don't think I am like I be, but I do. What are you thinking right now? Quote. I remember my dad used to ask this to me when I was a kid. I used to daydream in the car when he'd drive all around Europe. I was about 6 years old and really, those were the best of times. It's really nice to use when you have nothing else to say, and it just gives a nice glimpse into what the other person really is thinking. My boyfriend and I do this all the time. When we're sitting together quietly doing separate things. It's also really good for gauging how the other is doing, and how they're truly feeling at that moment. My parents would ask me this and then yell at me if they didn't like the answer. Great way to teach me to lie to them. That was the most annoying question for me. Tits or ass? ¿Por qué no los dos? ¿Por qué no los tres? Oh, ¿qué tal los four? What's the first thing you think of when you wake up most days? How do you handle your anger? How long do you think you'll live? Do you like pickles on a burger? Do you believe in Sasquatch? Ask someone whether or not they think free will exists. Follow up with a why or why not. Usually leads to a pretty interesting conversation. What's the most difficult decision you've had to make to see your dreams come true? Quote. 10 out of 10. The answer is lol. My dreams haven't come true, yo. Yeah, I think most people don't have their dreams come true yet. If you could spend 24 hours inside the world of any painting, which one do you choose and why? Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? What is your credit score?
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.